Hey everyone, it's Ashley. Welcome back to my channel. This video is another edition of Bath & Body Works and a few Goose Creek candle review video. This is after I have burned the candles or warmed them in the candle crock and they're done. And these are another batch of ones that have been partially used before. If you watched my first candle review video, which was a few months ago, I've been working on these a lot, and I've got a lot here to talk about. But I'm looking through my collection for partially burnt ones, half used, all that stuff, to try to get those ones out of my collection. And luckily these are a lot of winter and holiday scents, so that season's coming up pretty soon. If these are going to return, maybe this will help you decide if you're going to give it a try this year. So let's get started. I have 3 Goose Creek candles, and I have the rest are Bath & Body Works. So I'm just going to do the Goose Creek ones first. Goose Creek. Okay. Goose Creek has went through some changes. I haven't purchased, I'll say this, I have not purchased from Goose Creek for probably a year. I think last August was the last order I made with them. And, I honestly, I was getting more duds than performers in my experience. And there's just some that smell great on cold and then nothing when it's lit. And with some other things, I decided to stop purchasing Goose Creek candles. But I do have a good bit in my collection, and when I found vendor wax last year, I stopped burning candles for months. And then I finally, 3 or 4 months ago, said I want to use my candles. I'm not a candle collector per se. I do have a few that I'm never going to light just because they're never going to be made again. And I do have multiples of several scents that I absolutely adore, but I am one that uses my stuff. And I do have some unicorns in here, unicorns that I see some of you guys wish you had, or some that were limited edition candle day releases only, like Mermaid Lagoon. I have that one. And I just that's Bath & Body Works. But Goose Creek, I just was getting more duds than happiness from it. So I decided to not purchase anymore. They are headquartered in Kentucky, and they recently announced, they have a partnership with Disney. They have the new Hocus Pocus 2. The Hocus Pocus 2 is coming out later this year. They have a partnership with that, and they have I think 9 or 10 candle collection on their website currently, and I hear that they're just repours of scents that they've had in the past. And they also just announced recently that they're going to be sold in Walmart, I think, by next year. So Goose Creek is going through some realignment, it looks like, and hopefully their quality does not decline even more. But I'm a little afraid of, now that they're available in Walmart, it's kind of might be what Yankee. I don't buy Yankee candles anymore. The last Yankee candles I bought were several holiday, fall, and Christmas blends, and they had about a 1 out of a 10 throw. So when Yankee was sold, when the Kitteridge family sold, I think it's Kitteridge, that family that, owns Kringle and Country Candle, when they sold Yankee just plummeted. And Yankee used to be the pinnacle for candles. If you're watching this, you probably already know that. But Goose Creek, okay. I have some tumblers. This one is Drenched Coconut. And this one, obviously I burned down to that point, and then I threw this in my candle crock in my kitchen. The notes for Drenched Coconut: coconut, rain, cedarwood, amber, beach flowers, and vanilla. And I think this one is still available on their website. Not in this tumbler form. This is a few seasons ago. I think it's in a 3-wick. I'm not sure. I think one of these I have is out of stock. I don't even know if it's produced anymore. But these 2 that I'm going to talk about first are still available. On this one, This is a creamy coconut scent, but it's a floral coconut scent to my nose. The beach flowers, I definitely get. I'm getting a little bit of the amber, just a little bit of the amber. I do get heavy coconut, definitely coconut. In terms of rain and vanilla, not so much. It's a floral coconut scent. This performed well. It threw well. It is a creamy coconut paradise, basically. I liked this coconut candle. I love coconut, and I love tropical coconut with a little bit of floral I can handle. So this one was pretty good for me. This one, I think I even have this in the body lotion, and I think I gave it to my mom because my mom loves coconut stuff. So this is actually, this is a really good candle. I would buy it again, but I won't buy it again because, you know, I've stopped with Goose Creek for now. So that is good. Second is this beautiful tumbler of Turkish coffee. I love this. This is delicious. The notes: coffee beans, mocha, hazelnut, and milk. And I will tell you what this reminds me of. When I was growing up, my mom made Jell-O cook and serve chocolate pudding. The kind you have to constantly stir on the stove, and, you know, she'd pour it into the ramekins, you know, or the dish she was going to serve it in. And the skin that forms on top of that pudding, I know it's disgusting to some people, but I love that. I love the skin of the pudding. It's so good. And make it with whole milk. There's no other way. So this candle, when I first got this, I'm pretty sure this is 2019, maybe. I don't remember. You know, the past few years have just flown by, and I don't think I purchased this in 2020. I think it was 2019 I got this candle. And it smells like Jell-O cook and serve pudding with a little bit of coffee in. I mean, I bake, and anytime I'm baking something that's heavily chocolate, I always throw some espresso powder in, because espresso accents chocolate, and chocolate accents coffee very, very well. You know, they play together taste bud wise. So it just makes sense that there's a little bit of chocolate in this. But that being said, it is not, I don't like chocolate in candles. I don't like chocolate in wax melts. I find it artificial. This is perfectly balanced to have an espresso and coffee experience, but then you have that chocolate that's right there letting you know, hey, hi, I'm here. Chocolate's here. I get a little bit, a touch of hazelnut. Hazelnut is strong, in my opinion. And then milk is just the creamy component of this. This is fantastic. When I warmed this downstairs, I could smell this for probably 3 days. I tend to leave my warmer, my candle crock on downstairs 24 hours a day. I shouldn't, but I do. And then I'm finding if I do that, I can get through more candles quicker. And I'm up and downstairs all the time. I'm enjoying the scent in the house. And then I also melt wax as well. So whatever I'm having the warmer and the candle warmer, I accent, I use complementary wax in my warmers. So this can go well with anything, with bakery, with other chocolate wax if you want to, with other coffee wax, with you can even do a little bit of fruit if you want to, so that the fruits that go well with chocolate, you know, even strawberry stuff, and and you could even do banana. Banana would be pretty good too. But this is one I would purchase again. But I'm not. I'll stop saying that. But this, I really, really, really enjoyed that. I'm glad that one was a good performer. And finally, this one is Day in the Sun. And I'll tell you this is the sunscreen candle. There's no ifs, and, or buts. This is the sunscreen candle. This notes bergamot, lemon zest, neroli, tuberose, orange blossom, coconut, and musk. This is sunscreen, 100%. And a story about this. I purchased this candle, and I could smell it outside of the box. It was so strong, so strong. When I lit this candle, you know, it's partially used. When I lit this candle, it was so strong for me. I had to not burn it for a while. So what I did, I obviously have burned it several times, but these candles are slow burners. So what I did was I threw the lid away I know that the lid keeps the scent in, but I wanted this to die down a little bit because it was just too strong for me. And I know that, you know, there's a lot of candle lovers that are anti-sunscreen candle, but I sometimes like the sunscreen in the background. I like a lot of blends that have sunscreen mixed in with it, but this was a little too much for me. So having the lid off for quite some time, it has toned this down a lot, and a lot of the oil has evaporated out. But when I put this on the warmer in the candle crock downstairs, you know, this was a nice little tropical vibe. So this went well with coconut, with pineapple, with other, you can even put floral in here, you know, hibiscus or tropical lily or something like that, I think. This, would I buy this again? No, because it was too strong for me. But if you love the sunscreen candle, this one you would like. This one is out of stock. I do remember when I went to look up the notes, this is no longer available. So that's my Goose Creek section. Now, Bath & Body Works. Okay. I have been buying Bath & Body Works candles for a long time. Probably 25 years. So I was a teen, and they have some powerhouses and they have some duds. And has the quality went down in the last several years? In my opinion, yes. And there's more. What I've done is I have really tapered off the amount of candles that I buy. And a couple of Christmases ago, the local Bath & Body Works to me, the closest one to me, I should say, I love candles. And fall and Christmas time are when I really would buy my candles. And I'm tapering off. I have the last few years. Yes, I bought some last year. There's a few that I will always buy one of each season. The Perfect Christmas, which is one of my all-time favorite Christmas scents, and 'Tis the Season. Love that also. And then there's some fall ones that I will always purchase. Pumpkin Pecan Waffles, Pumpkin Peanut Brittle if it's available, Leaves, you know, some of the original ones that have been around for years. And I have a couple of here that are summer. I have most of these though are winter blends, and a couple of fall, and then some of these are summer. So let's just get started with these. Okay. This one is Summer Boardwalk. Now this one is this year's edition, or maybe this was last season's, but I did purchase this June at the semi-annual sale. And I lit it a few times, and I lit it downstairs in the kitchen dining area. I have open concept downstairs in my townhome. And this one, I liked it, but I put it in the candle crock to see what it would do. And boy, oh boy, oh boy, it came alive when it had that constant heat source. These notes are caramel glazed popcorn, warm taffy apples, and salty sweet cream. Now this has that carnival vibe to it. You know, the sticky fingers, the cotton candy, not so much cotton candy, but in this case, the caramel corn, the caramel apples, candy apples, that type of sticky finger mess, I mean. This, when I had it on the warmer, I definitely smelled the caramel corn. Definitely caramel corn. And it's very, very nice. And the taffy apples, those, I think maybe that's candy apple. This is there too. The caramel and the candy apple play so well together. This is a perfect summer candle. I have seen some people say that this is too syrupy. It's so strong. It's fake. But to me, in my nose, this is the best Boardwalk summer candle that I've found. And this I have a couple backups of, because I knew it's been a while since I've actually owned this candle, and I do remember enjoying it, and it hasn't let me down this time either. But this one, it is probably a 7 out of a 10 for throw. Like I said, when I lit the candle, it was probably a 5 out of a 10, but when I threw it in the candle crock, it did bump it up with that constant heat. So this constant heat meaning the whole entire vessel warms up around, not just, you know, the heat from the top when the wicks are lit. But this I would purchase again, and 75% off. Can't beat it. So that's that one. Another summer one is Waikiki Beach Coconut. Now this one is several seasons old. Notes are tropical white coconut, saltwater breeze, and sun-bleached woods. Now this one is out every year. This is one of the best summer coconut scents, in my opinion, that I think Bath & Body Works does. However, I have purchased this candle, you know, maybe not every year, but every so often I'll grab a candle, and it is not a powerhouse. It is probably a mid to moderate throw, I would say. I really wish this was stronger. I really do, because I love this scent. It is it's great in the body care line. It's great in wallflowers. It's great in wax. I like it. I just wish it was stronger. It's creamy, it's coconut, but it's got the wood in it too, to tone it down, so it's not like, oh my goodness, it's a 100% coconut candle. I am getting those other notes with this as well. I wish this was stronger. I have another of this in my collection from another season. I really honestly don't remember how old this candle is, and I know there's a trick to reading the code here, but I don't know what that is. 8024 AGA6, whatever that means. That's how old this candle is. So that one, I do love the pink. I love pink. Pink's my favorite color, and I do love the textured lids. That palm leaf there looks like, or some sort of, you know, exotic leaf. I like how they have it's very copacetic, not copacetic, cohesive, I should say. It's very cohesive, the lid to the design on the label. Really, really like that. And this one here was just the brushed top that accented the silver in the label here too. Love that. Love their design team for the labels for some of these ones that are a little bit more decorative, that aren't just the plain ones from White Barn, like this one. They do a really good job. So next one, we'll talk about Paris Cafe. Now, I know that this is one of the all year, of course, because coffee is seasonless. And I am one that likes Paris Cafe. I don't know if this candle's discontinued or not, just because I'm consciously trying to not look at candles, to not want to shop for candles, because candles was really something that I bought all the time. Like, always buying candles, and that's how I have several hundred in my collection. But I have been buying candles for a long time. I didn't just go hog wild in a year and buy 300 candles. I didn't. I've been collecting, I guess, and buying for a long time. And I'm not a person that, if I really, really love it, I really like to savor my time with it. I don't use it all consistently until it's completely gone. I like to spread it out. So that's how I have so many candles in my collection that are partially used, that are several seasons old. I like to enjoy it in the moment and savor it, and then melt something else in the meantime, or burn something else in the meantime to get my enjoyment and stretch it out longer. That's me. But Paris Cafe, very strong. This is rich roasted coffee, sugared brioche, and vanilla cream. Perfect. This is perfect. Very, 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 very strong coffee scent. It's got a little bit of the creaminess in it. I do smell the vanilla cream, and the brioche is there to give it just the slightest little bit of bakery note, but this is perfect. I love this. This is probably a 9 out of 10 in terms of performance. Both when I burned this candle and also the performance in the candle crock was very, very, very high for me. I love this. This is so complimentary to bakery, to other coffee, to bread, to different even zucchini bread, pumpkin breads, fresh baked bread, buttered bread, French baguette. Anything is so good with this. So if this is a candle that's still being made, sorry, I'm not really sure, give it a try. It's one of their best coffee ones, in my opinion. Do I have any more summer ones here? This one's kind of summer. Okay, this one is a unicorn for many of you. And this was, I think this was 2020 Candle Day. Mermaid Lagoon. I think this was 2020. Mermaid Lagoon. Yes, I love the jar. Most of these candles, when I am done with them and they're spent, you know, meaning that I have put them in the candle crock and they no longer are throwing any scent, I do discard them. Except I'm some of these lids, like I love the waves and the mermaid quality, you know, that this reminds me of, that aquatic feel. I'm going to keep this jar. I'm going to put this back on the warmer and then discard the wax and keep this jar because I do really love that look to it. This label is beautiful. There were a couple more in this line on that day, but you know, I grabbed what I could and you know, they fly out of the cart so quickly. But this one is Shimmering Ocean Water, Tiari Flower, and Sea Mist. This is floral, aquatic, fresh, floral. So very, very, very flowery. This smells very, very good. I do like this scent. This is a new to me scent. I know that this is one that has been out before, but like I said, I usually concentrate more in the fall and winter, and I have some summer candles, but this one was new to me when I purchased this. This one, would I buy it again? No, because it's not that I didn't like it. I liked it, but I don't know if I liked it enough to want to have backups and multiples and keep purchasing this, because it is a strong floral scent, and I know floral is a deterrent for a lot of us, and this one can kind of give you a headache. It's headache inducing. Even myself, when it was new, I mean, I melted it down. It's about down to here, so I did burn it for a while, and it is kind of headache inducing. So this one, if it comes back and you like that, go for it. You would enjoy it. But I am keeping this jar. I will say that. Okay, now the rest of these that I have, other than this little guy here, we'll talk about him first. This is a single wick that I bought. This was obviously in the 75% off tester section. These are the tester candles. This is Cereal and Cartoons. I put this down on the warmer so you can see that the wick absolutely migrated and all that stuff. The notes are not listed, but this is basically their Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal take. This was okay. It did not throw at all. This I left on for probably 2 days just to give it a chance. And yes, I know it's a single wick, but some single wicks are powerhouses. Trust me. This one, would I buy again? No. I have this in the Wallflower, and it's nice. It's good in a small space because it doesn't throw very well. It doesn't have that power. I mean, it's cinnamon and sugar. It's not something super strong, in my opinion. So this here is a one and done for me. But I also know that this was popular when it was out, and it got a good bit of good reviews. So maybe it's just me, and maybe it's the fact that maybe this is a little older. I'm not sure. This is a single wick. I usually don't buy single wicks until, you know, when I get them for $3 like these, then I'll give them a try. That's that one. Okay, I promise. These are all fall and winter. Okay, what do I want to do first? Okay. Holiday. I like the truck with the tree. I like this illuminative jar. I really do. Notes on here. Made with nutmeg and clove essential oils with notes of cinnamon and cardamom. So this is spice heaven. This is very, very strong spice. Very strong spice. This almost reminds me of years ago. I think, let's see. I always gauge everything if my parents were still married or not, because it was the year 2000 when my parents split up. So I'm trying to think if it was before then or after then, when Spice actually, I think was when Slatkin was still a part of Bath and Body Works. Spice. I think this is Spice. I really do, because it's very heavy clove, very heavy cinnamon, very heavy nutmeg. All of those spices mixed into one little candle. And I like this. I like a spice. I know spice is sometimes off-putting to people, and it's just not their cup of tea, and that's fine. That's great. I am one that I can melt just about anything. I'm very versatile, and it's kind of bad because that's probably why I have so much stuff, so many candles, so much wax. I will melt anything because I'm really not too picky. There are some things that I don't like. Kind of, you know, this was a wild card for me when I bought it, and because it is heavy floral. Floral is just, it's something that I have to be in the mood for, and it has to be done very tastefully. And this spice is, in my opinion, it's done tastefully, but I also understand how this could be something that's too strong for people that don't like spice. Does that make sense? I hope it does. This one, would I buy again? Yes, but I will probably keep it to the wallflowers just so I can have the scent throughout different rooms in my home, especially if I'm trying to create, you know, that Christmas vibe or something like that around the holiday time. And this one, I do like the jar. I love trucks. I have trucks in my house for fall and Christmas time. I love the trucks. So that is a good one. Okay, next is, this is a great candle. Spiced Apple Toddy. This is uber strong. So strong. And this is warm apple brandy, spiced plum, tart cranberry, cinnamon stick, and essential oils. Yes. Warm apple brandy, spiced plum, tart cranberry, and cinnamon stick. Another apple spice. And oh, I love this. You can see I burned most of this candle, so I just threw it on the candle crock just to get this last little bit of life out of here. I have this and another candle or two in my collection. I know I do. I just don't remember what year it was from, and I don't remember what year this was either, but it might be 2019. 18 or 19. And this is such a good apple scent. I get a little bit of cranberry because there is cranberry in here, but not much. It is apple heavy, apple dominant. This is a one, you know, in my opinion, you could use this all year if you like that heavy apple scent. It's nice and warm and inviting. You could have it when company's over going, and it's not an offensive scent. Like, it's not incense or patchouli or something that not everybody is interested in. Whereas apple and cinnamon and stuff, that's so commonly used as a warm, comforting, inviting scent. And this fits the ticket for that. I love this candle. I would buy it again, absolutely. Salted caramel is another one that is just like this, except, you know, it's salted caramel. It's one you can use all year. It's yummy, it's inviting, it's warm. I need to buy a salted caramel before fall is over. It's the only one I didn't pick up. I just did a candle haul video from Bath & Body, and I didn't get salted caramel because I did want to try the spiced patchouli and pumpkin one. I think that's what it's called, patchouli and pumpkin. But I'll get my butterscotch. I think that one's out for winter too. Anyways. Okay, next. Fireside. Now, this is when they started. This candle was $26.50, but this was like one of the very first candles. You know how they have different tiers and pricing for their candles. This is several seasons old. I think this is 19 or 20. 19 or 20. This is so strong. This was one of their ombre jars. Smoked cedar, fresh clove bud, and warm ember. This is that fireplace smoky scent. This is probably the smokiest scent that I have smelled. It's way smokier and not as sweet as Marshmallow Fireside. That is the little sister to this guy. This is Papa, and that's Baby Bear. And this is good. I have another one of these candles, and I exclusively use this in the wintertime, just because I don't have a fireplace in my home, but it reminds me of sitting next to the fire. You know, growing up, whenever there was a fire in the fireplace, there wasn't very often, but I love the smell of wood burning, and it reminds me of just living on a farm growing up. And this is, if you like a smoky scent, this one is your one, because that doesn't get any smokier than this. Very, very good. 9 out of 10, both being lit, because I have burned this one, and in the candle crock. Excellent smoky candle. Next, I love these jars. This is Land of Sweets. And I have another one in this collection, Cherry Cheesecake. This is blueberry sugar. Land of Sweets, I think Land of Sweets is this line, you know, because it's the little gingerbread houses with this melted snow top. I'm keeping this jar too. I just finished up the another one in this line, like I said, Cherry Cheesecake. It's downstairs and I forgot to bring it up before I started this video, so next time. This is blueberry sugar. This is sweet blueberries, brown sugar, and graham cracker crust. I don't like blueberry sugar. I don't like this. The only reason I bought this candle is because I liked the jar, and the other ones that were available, I bought Cherry Cheesecake, but the other ones that were available just weren't for me. But I know the blueberry sugar is a screamer hit. It's so popular. And I talked myself into buying this, thinking, you know, maybe when I melt it, the graham cracker will become stronger. It'll be more bakery. But no, this one, to me, is too sickeningly candy artificial sweet. It does not smell like blueberry. It does not smell like brown sugar. And it certainly does not have graham cracker crust to me. This is candy blueberry. Sweet candy, cavity-inducing sweet blueberry. And it's just not for me. I had another candle in another line, not this jar line, but I sold it, and it is very, very popular. And I know that it's popular every year. I'm just in the minority that doesn't really care for it. But I gave it a chance. I did. I melted it down to here. And then I put it in the warmer downstairs because I wanted to see, it's been several years since I lit this. So I wanted to see if my mind was changed, and it wasn't. I still don't like blueberry sugar. But did it thrill well? Yes. Does it perform well? Yes. This is a great candle if you like this scent. But I am keeping the jar because that's so adorable. Okay, next. I have two in this line. Actually, I have several more, but they aren't finished yet. And I have one actually going downstairs right now. This line, Under the Christmas Tree and Mary Madeline Cookie. So this wrap, whatever this is called, I know that there's, I know that these are like whatever collection this is called, but I don't know all that information. So sorry. Under the Christmas Tree. Okay. When this came out, I think this was 2020. When this came out, this scent was brand new. These notes are fir balsam, juniper berries, vanilla eggnog, and sage leaves. So I think what they were going for is just a little bit of everything that's under the Christmas tree or around the Christmas tree. This came back last year, and I think it's coming back this year too, because it is a great pine scent. If you like pine, if you like tree scents even, because there's not just pine in here. This is not just like fresh balsam, which is not my favorite scent, but this does have balsam. It has the juniper. I love juniper. It's so fresh and crisp. And it has vanilla eggnog, which I don't get eggnog. I don't get eggnog spiced, you know, the nutmeg and such. I don't get that. And I get a little bit of sage, believe it or not. So they did this very tastefully, mixing all of these together. I'm just trying to explain how this smells to you. Pine, a little bit of smokiness, not much, a little bit of smokiness, but this is a calmer, not weaker, but a less intense, there we go, a less intense pine scent than fresh balsam, or some of the, if they even have any more pine ones, I'm not sure, but I have smelled, well, evergreen. Evergreen is a great pine scent. This is even, in my opinion, less intense than evergreen. And Tree Farm, this is probably about the same as Tree Farm in terms of pininess. And this I like just because it has the freshness of the juniper, which is almost like eucalyptus-like to me. It's not eucalyptus, but it has that fresh crispness to it. The eggnog, I'm not getting so much of it, but it might also be added just for the creaminess factor. So I love this. This performs well. It's probably a 7 to 8 out of a 10 on both lighting it. I did, it's down to here, and lighting it, and also on the candle crock. So I have another one of those. I do. And next, this one is Mary Madeline Cookie. And this one has also been lit down to here. I actually had this going earlier this week. These notes are baked Madeline cookie, spiced almond, sweet orange, and toasted coconut. When I saw that, I was like, I need gimme gimme, because I love toasted coconut. I love coconut. I love coconut. I love almond. I love the bakery. I love the orange. I love all of this. I wish this was stronger. This, I think this came back last year too. If not, I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not as up in the candle knowledge as I have been in the past historically, but this smells good. I'm getting the almond, I'm getting the orange, and I'm getting a little bit of that creamy bakery coconut. It's not toasted coconut, it's just a bakery sweet coconut mixed with that cookie batter. This is incredible. I like this. I just wish it was stronger. It's probably a 5 or 6, so moderate. This, I actually think that this performed better lit with the flame than in my candle crock, honestly. I don't know why, that's just my opinion of it. So this was a pretty well done with the brushed gold lid, like that. Very pretty, and when it's lit, it's pretty too, because you have, on this one, you have the bells here, the bells, some of the pine boughs, or pine boughs, bows, I'm sorry, snowflakes, and on this wrap we have snowflakes and the pine. So very tastefully done, of course. 2 more. These are unicorns, I think, for some of you. Apple Garland. This was an online exclusive the year I bought this wrap here. I had 2 of these. I sold one, and I had this one. This is made with eucalyptus and cedarwood, with notes of gala apple and mistletoe. So this is another pine scent, but it's got the sweetness of the apple to it, so it's apple pine basically. But I do also get that punch of eucalyptus. So this is a very nice scent. This is probably an 8 out of a 10. Performed pretty similar lit, as you can see, lit versus on the candle crock. Would I buy this again? Yes. At the time, I didn't think I wanted to purchase this again, so I sold my other candle that I bought of it. Sometimes I'll buy 2 candles if I really think I'm going to like it, but this one I would buy again. I wish I didn't sell that candle, but I did. But this one, if you like pine and apple, and you like that little bit of garland, or a little bit of the berries. Is there berries in here? No, but it's got a little bit of mistletoe, which is another, you know, greenery, and cedar. A little bit of cedar wood in the background, but this is mostly pine and apple to my nose. And finally, I know this guy, Frosted Moscow Mule. This candle, okay, this is like a diluted version of Island Margarita, in my opinion. To my nose, it's like our Island Margarita diluted. When this candle came out, I think this was this COVID year? Was this 2020? It might be 2020. I look at the bottom thinking it's going to be a date, but there isn't. So, this one, I had to buy this online because my local store, the closest one to me that I go to, did not get this in. And if they did, it went right out the door, or they only got a couple, because I had to buy this one online. Notes on here: sweet lime, lemon zest, and sugar cane. I wish this had a little bit more fizzy pop to it. This is basically, I'm trying to describe this one. This is mostly lime to me. It's kind of like Sprite, because you have your lemon and your lime. The reason why I say it's like Island Margarita I think has mango in it, and it's got a little bit more of a punch. This is a weaker version of the same type of family. Of course, there's not mango in this, but this is nice. It's refreshing. It's crisp. You can use this all year. If they choose to bring it back, you know, this is the fuzzy, this is like velvety, fuzzy label. I have pink apple punch, I think, in this line here. And I had another one, but I burned it last year and it's gone. I don't remember the scent though. This is a nice one. I know it's a unicorn. I know a lot of you wish you could find it. and wore at the time. This came out in soap also. The soap is spectacular too. So would I buy this again? Yes, because it's a good one to have all year. It's refreshing, it's crisp, it's clean, it's yummy. So that is my most recent batch of candles. So I'm working on another batch, of course, that I will probably film in another month or so, you know, when colder weather starts here, to get some more of my candles out the door. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have a great weekend. See you soon.